So you got me here. So let's make the most of it, right? Because we gotta bring this world to places that it's never seen before. I mean, there have been similar places that we have experienced, not so much known by the mainstream education industry or corporation, if you will, because education is not education in this day and age. At least, I mean, there are some exceptions. The Jiddu Krishnamurti schools are one sort of exception because they approach education in a different way. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. What we're here to talk about today is three things, three tricks that your mind, everyone's mind, my mind, plays tricks on us. The three tricks that our mind plays on us. Everyone, some exceptions, people who don't have full capabilities of their mind, probably suffered some accident or something like that, they would be the exception. But anyone with a fully functioning brain has these three things that can either hinder you, or as you're going to see, you can make them work for you. Because a lot of people are led by the mind, but as I like to quote Osho, the mind has lots of questions, but it has no answers. The heart has all the answers, and has no questions. Maybe I'll read the actual quote to you another day. But for now, let's stick to what we're talking about. You just keep distracting me with your good looks and charm, and it's really, really not fair. So, the first of the three that we're going to talk about today, let's see, what shall we talk about? I know we're going to talk about cognitive dissonance. We're going to talk about the invisible audience, and we're going to talk about, what's the other one? It'll come to me. Let's talk about these right now. So, and I'm just going to leave that there so that you also can see that anyone can do whatever they want, and little mess-ups here and there don't mean shit in the scheme of it all, the greater, bigger picture, right? Because what we're here to do is use our mind for our benefit instead of being used by the mind. As you'll see with, for example, the first of the three, cognitive dissonance, is actually something that happens because of the self-image that we create for ourselves. So anytime that we go outside of our self-image with our actions, we feel a sort of discomfort because it's not who we, quote-unquote, are. But the thing, as you've seen in other videos that I've made on self-image and framing, is that we have the choice to create our own self-image. And as you would see in the last video about environmental, the last video is on inspiration. We create the environments that we put ourselves in, and if we don't, we have the choice to do so by putting things here and there that will make us feel better. And when we feel better, we attract more things, because a smile is contagious, right? A smile is contagious, not just because of that, there's other reasons, but anyways, we're going to stick to it. So, cognitive dissonance happens whenever you go outside your comfort zone, and it's when you understand that, and it's not just going outside your comfort zone, it's going outside your self-image. So anytime you go outside your self-image, you feel this discomfort because you're acting outside the congruence aligned with your beliefs and values. So if you act outside of your beliefs and values, you're going to feel discomfort because it doesn't feel like you. But your beliefs and values might not be serving you. So that's why when you realize this cognitive dissonance issue, you know that when you're trying to be better, when you're trying to work on yourself, working hard, getting to the root of success, which is taking action, you might feel like you're doing things that are not you. You might see yourself as Colombian, Chilean, Argentinian, and Colombian, Chilean, and Argentinian does not practice martial arts per se, does not by tradition practice yoga, for example. And if you do those things, it might feel like you're going outside of who you are, and you're going to feel that discomfort because of your beliefs and values. So if you actually wanted to go beyond that discomfort, a way that you can bypass that discomfort is going to the root and reevaluating your beliefs and values so that you can replace them by means of conditioning yourself to those beliefs and values being there all the time. And I guess we can do another video on that, how to get to the root of your beliefs and values and how to replace them with ones that will actually benefit your growth. Because let's say you want to take on a new practice and it's outside of your beliefs and values, but you know that that practice will serve you in the long term. It'll bring you so many benefits that you'll not even able to count them on your own fingers or toes. So what do? You go to the root of the cause. You go to your beliefs and values, replace them, like I'll show you in probably another video, because we're just going to focus on these 3 things, or 2 if that one doesn't come to me. But that's the way that you overcome that trick that the mind plays on you, because that trick will lead you to believe that you are meant to stay who you are, even if it's not working for you your whole life. Even if you're not getting the results that you want in your business, in your relationships, that trick will keep you there because it's who you are. But once you know, then you take the right action. Then you strategize appropriately and you get the results that you want. So, now we're moving on to the second of the 3, which we don't know if the mystery 3 is going to show up or not, but we'll see. So the third one, I mean the second one, I'm excited for the third because I feel it coming. So the second is the invisible audience, because starting in adolescence, there's this phenomena that every adolescent, like I said before, there are some exceptions, but most fully functioning individuals, or close to fully functioning, experience this phenomena or condition called the invisible audience. What the invisible audience is the feeling like everyone is watching you at all times and judging you, and who knows what they're saying, and all that pressure is what leads people to be so afraid of public speaking. People are more afraid of public speaking than death itself. Isn't that fucking crazy? Yeah. So the interesting thing about this, though, is that everything is perception. So you might see people who say stupid shit, the stupidest stuff, but they have in a way overcome this invisible audience, because now they're probably hearing a different kind of audience. They're hearing an audience that is cheering them on, that is saying, yeah, you know what, that was fucking hilarious, that is amazing. That is a great idea. That is a great gift. That is, you know, whatever it is that they want to hear, right? You still, to fully tap into the full rewards of flipping the script on this mind trick that your mind plays on you and everyone else. Just some people overcome it, some stay with it, where they feel that invisible audience judging them constantly, and they freeze in moments where they could show the world what they really got to offer. So that's the way that you overcome it. You flip the script. And like I said, you still have to remain the one thing that is required in order for you to fully reap the rewards of flipping the script on this invisible audience, is that you remain present. Because if you flip the script and have the audience cheering you on, everyone just thinking the thoughts that you know you deserve, this invisible audience thinks, instead of that, you're gonna become obnoxious. You're gonna become an asshole probably as well at some point, because you have to be always aware of who you're speaking to. Communication is a two-way street, and this is something that I've had to relearn by my own experiences, by my own experiments on myself, the clarity that is brought about is amazing, because once you understand it to the root, that's when you can really help others that have similar things happen in their life. And that's the funny thing that I realized the other day while I actually was thinking about this video and making this video, because we think we're all different, but we all have these tricks that are played on us by our own mind, and that's just one of them. And so, the last trick actually has to do with consistency, which is related to cognitive dissonance, because that consistency that we search, as you already knew, is what leads you to want to be like everyone else and follow everyone else, because usually, survivally speaking, you have to follow the tribe in order to survive. But this day and age, sometimes the tribe is not going to play, so that's another trick. And the true way that you overcome that is like in the other number 2, which is the invisible audience. To fully get the rewards of this, you must be present. You must realize what the deepest truth of each moment is, and the only way that you can do that is connecting to your heart, because your heart knows. Your internal wisdom, full wisdom, your heart, brain, balls, uterus, whatever, it knows. So when you're fully connected, you know what the truth is in the moment, and you can act upon that truth, even if the crowd is going somewhere else, and then you can lead them, then you can take them to greater and greater places. And that's the future of humanity. You and I taking each other to greater and greater places. Out.